Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Ananta Shayana, Tyaju Niranjana, Barishana Kuru Kripabari. Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Jago he jago twara, jago prasatadhara, Mahajagarana Bharata Prachari. Patito dholito jhara, jagok se khule tara, Tava nama mahango machari. Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Daitye navadal, Chale je bhumandal, Katonaro nari he kande che pukari. Bhima Trishula kare, Rudra marut dhore, Jago Prabhu bhaya dukho hari. Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Jago he nagar dhame, Gahano kanane grame, Vamgire sagara prashari. Milana mandir ghori, tahe sab jukt kori. Milana mandir ghori, tahe sab jukt kori. Nao bala dao he sanchari. Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Hire je charantale, Uthale che mohorole, Karunara mahasindhu bari. Jivana taruni taye, Bhashaiya dinuhai, Par karo dayal kandari. Jago, jago, Pranavananda, Trishula Dandadariyo. Trishula Dandadariyo. Adorations to Pranavananda. Wake up the world to their true identity. Wake up the world, all the villages and the cities, the people who are sleeping in stupor. Let us all join you, join the boat to moksha, to liberation. This morning, welcome again to Mandir. And we're so blessed that we have the time and the realization that our bliss will only come from the incarnations. Like Swami Parameshananda ji, incarnation of Lord Shiva, manifestation of consciousness. And, this morning I want to talk a little about, experiences. Our experiences, whatever happen out there, let's say with our eyes, we see color, we see form. And when that goes into our being, and if we close our eyes and don't see the color and the form through, just the power of seeing, that experience still is there. And so with hearing, when we hear something, the sound doesn't last a long time. but it goes into our system and becomes our awareness. And so with the other other senses, the seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and tasting, they all go inside and become our experiences. And then if you continue these experiences, then the awareness starting to expand. Like for instance, when I had the opportunity of going and see the birthplace of Swami Parameshananda in Bajitpur, Bangladesh, oh, I cannot but have that experience of where he was sitting under that thatch shed with his schoolboy friends and singers. That holy night of Magh Purnima, when he was sitting there at the age of 19, 16, 20 years of age, and he had all the experiences. He would have gone through the austerities and meditation. He came as God, but he wanted to set an example how we can have infinite awareness of what's outside here. And in that night, he became the full-blown experience of all of creation and beyond creation. So he was in an eminent state. He was in and through all of creation, but yet he was beyond all of that, because creation is just a minor part of awareness and consciousness. So when I went and I saw that, here where he was sitting, and he built the temple, the mandir, place of worship around that place. And also before he passed away, he knew that his sojourn in the human body would not last long. So in next to where we got God realization, Siddha Pit, then he built his place, resting place of his body. Deep down, 6 feet down, and above it, there's marble boxes there, and this is where this has become the altar for that ashram. And I can remember moving through where he would have walked through the village. I had the opportunity of going there, and where he had got the lumber, and where he'll reach people, and in Madari Ashram, where he would have had the training of the monks. And then I had the opportunity to look at all the ashrams, go to all the ashrams that he would have, places that he would have gone, and ashrams are established now. Ashashuni, Kulna, Madaripur, Naga. And you could feel the vibrations that are still there. And this has become the experience and the awareness. And this is all done through the grace of Swami Parameshananda ji. And I'm sure you have your experiences in life, and they become the awareness. And lo and behold, after some time, you come to the realization that everything that's out there has become your experience, become your awareness. And you're not separate from out there. You're in and through all that is manifested, and you are the unmanifested state. Now devotees, when you come to that awareness, it's infinite, it's endless, it's in its totality of all that was manifested and unmanifested. And this is moksha and liberation. And the ashrams that were created, Swami Parameshananda ji would have perpetuated this awareness. And he passed it on to his monk disciples and disciples of lady devotees. So this is the power of reincarnation. When I went to Bodh Gaya, and I sat there where the Buddha would have sat down and got his realization. Then you got the experience of what he was experiencing if you sit there in intensity. And so this is something that is great. When I was in Israel, to go to the place of the birth of the Christ in Bethlehem and the Sea of Galilee, And also where he was baptized in the river Jordan, we had the opportunity to go and sprinkle some water. And you could feel the vibration and you get that experience. And that has become you. And this is becoming, this is your being. So this morning, this is the message that let us try to go beyond this manifested universe, especially what are we getting from the outside. The five elements is coming true, is causing our, this is the objects that our eyes and ears and nose and skin are receiving the five senses from the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. So when these faculties are coming into place and they go into us, they become our experience. And the total experience is who we really are. And this is our true identity. Our body, mind, intellect, and ego are just instruments to have these experiences. So it is very technical, but in a simpler way. Just think that we are all gods and goddesses and nothing less. That when we have these experiences, you don't have to, it's an effortless thing. That when you have this technique, when you have this wisdom, when you have this understanding, through your devotion, your faith, bhakti and shraddha, you will get it. And with the great guidances of these incarnations, manifestations of this consciousness, this awareness, like the Christ, the Buddha, Swami Parameshananda, Lord Shiva, Mother Durga, Krishna Bhagwan, and all the incarnations that we pray to, not just the demigods, but the incarnations, the manifestations of consciousness. These are the true gurus. These are the Sat Gurus, and they transmit the knowledge. And this morning, with that being said, let us pay adoration to this manifestation of consciousness, this Lord Shiva, Swami Parameshananda ji, founder and spiritual master of BHARAT SEVASHRAM. And we should have a mind that's open to everything and attached to nothing. We should treasure our divinity because the consciousness is in there. And we should avoid thoughts that weaken us, thoughts of lust and greed and anger and wanting to acquire name and fame and accumulation of wealth and money. These are thoughts. Yes, when you are in a relationship and you have the awareness, the awareness will provide all that is necessary, the material things, just enough, not little or too much, just enough for our journey. So this is our prayers this morning. Oh Lord, let us be like you. You've given us experiences in our life. These experiences have become our awareness. And now we're just like you. That when you got your God realization, this is what happened. And we want our God, our realization in this lifetime. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Let's do this invocation. It's a meditation. Let us get into that space effortlessly, that whatever we have seen and heard and smelled and tasted and felt, they're all inside of us as consciousness, as awareness. Om Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. Om Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami. Om Pranavam Sharanam Gacchami. Om Acharyam Sharanam Gacchami. Om Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. Om Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami. Om Pranavam Sharanam Gacchami. Om Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Om Har Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Har Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Om Har Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Har Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Om Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. You know, in my experiences, if you go outside and you look for socializing, you're going to the imperfection. But when you come to a Lord like this caliber, God manifesting itself, then this is the after a while you realize, oh, why am I running outside? Everything inside of me in the form of consciousness. That's the inside awareness. Oh, join me as we go through this. Surrender, act of surrender. Om Gange Chayamane Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jale Asmin Snanidim Kuru. Om Kurukshetra Gaya Ganga Prabhasa Pushkarani Cha Tirtanyatani Punyani Kale Bhavantaha. Om Amrito Pastir Namasi Swaha. Amrita Pidha Namasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yasha Srimai Srayatam Swaha. Om Shano Devi Ravishtaya Apo Bhavant Pitaye Shano Ravi Sravantuna. Om Vak Vak Mouth. Om Prana Prana Nose. Om Chakshu Chakshu Eyes. Om Srotram Srotram Ears. Om Nabhi Navel. Om Hridayam Heart. Om Kantaha Throat. Om Siraha Head. Om Bahobhyam Arms. Om Yashobalam Legs. Om Karetala Karaprishte. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti Pujamulam Guru Param Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. Lord, the last prayer, let my mind be totally on you. Let me, as I worship you, as I wash your feet, let me reminisce of your greatness from your utterances and from the scriptures. And let that lead me to that place that everything that is out there is inside of me. I am the perfected one. Om Sahasra Shirisha Purusha Sahasrakshu Sahasrapad Sabhumin Sarvato Sritva Atyatishta Dashangulam. Om Sarvataha Pani Param Tat Sarvato Akshi Shiro Mukam Sarvataha Sruti Maloke Sarvamavritya Tishtate. Om Jyoti Shama Pita Jyoti Tamasaha Paramuchyate. Jnanam Gyam Gyanagamyam Riddhi Sarvasya Vishtitam. Om Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivashaho Sharanam Sure. Prava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Vijam Abhayam. Om Tvamadi Deva Purusho Purana Tvamasya Visvasya Param Nidhanam. Tvamabhaya Svasvata Dharma Gupta Sanatanastvam Purusho Matome. Om Pitasi Lokasya Characharasya Tvamasya Pujasya Garur Garim. Natvatsamo Asti Abhyadika Kuto Anyu Lokatrayi. Apiya pratimam prabhavom. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Jiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Guru Om Shiva Om. Guru Om Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. Om Karo Jaya Guru Om Karo Jaya Shiva Om. 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 Join in prayers, and this morning I'd like to send special blessings to Canon G and Hashi. Canon G, he operates the Sri Chinmoy flower shop, and he wouldn't charge me any money for the roses that you're seeing here. Elderly man, and he's so kind and caring to his wife. She's, she's going and having lost the memory and things like that. But like a baby, she will care for her, his wife. It's what an example, and what a sacrifice of charity. Join me as we do prayers and adorations to the gods and the goddesses. Choose your god or goddess and keep that in mind if you don't see it in the altar. Om Jnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Om Mantra Satyam Puja Satyam Satyam Deva Niranjana Gurur Vakyam Sara Satyam Satyameva Paramam Param. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatparam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Om Pitri Matri Surira Bandhu Vidyatirtani Devatam Natulyam Guruna Segram Sparshayet Paramam Param. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Dhyana Murtim Dantwatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadhi Lakshyam. Om Ekam Nityam Vimalam Chalam Sarvara Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. O Lord, you Father, Mother, friend, companion, our wisdom, our learning, you're everything. We surrender to you today. We want to be just like you. Give us the guidance and wisdom. And as we go through our life, let us have experiences that coming from your creation, your manifestation, let those experiences become our awareness, our consciousness. And this way, this is how we become like you. We pray for all who are going through difficult times. And as we go and we try to uplift the Guyana Ashram, please guide us. It's your ashram. We need your power. Your presence is there. And all ashrams and religious and spiritual institutions and everything that was created, let us all pray that bless them and guide so that we can all move closer to our liberation. Hari Om. Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Well, it's nice to have you this morning again, and I hope this simple offering, that you would have felt better, and it would have moved you closer to perfection, liberation, moksha. Om Shanti, Shanti Hariyam. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Have no fear. We're all gods and goddesses.